Alright Kings, welcome to another video. It's your boy Shiraz here. Guys, I hope you're winning in life and doing well. Take care of yourselves. Guys, do me a favour, YouTube has a new function. It's called a hype button, guys. If you're part of my community, hit the hype button, guys, because YouTube are helping creators get their videos out, giving them points on the most recent videos, and that helps get them out to YouTube universe. Also, guys, you're doing a good job. You're liking the videos, and that helps promote the videos. And please put some comments down below as well. Watch these videos through to the end, guys, because I don't make these videos to get views, to get this channel. I make these videos to try and help you. I think about the videos before I actually post them. So let's dive into this one, guys, without further ado. Staying single was the best decision I ever made as a man. The title of this video, and it's a God's honest truth, guys. I'd been in two long-term relationships, which totaled 13, 14 years. And those relationships have their points, good and bad, guys. I'm not saying it was all bad. There was good times, there was good memories, good experiences. But I knew they were never for me, because I'm the type of guy that has a goal, that has a dream, that has an ambition. As a man, guys, you should have a goal. I reiterate this in every video. You should always have a goal. Whether you've touched those goals, you've failed in those goals, you may have failed today, you may not be in the place, you may be at the worst place in your life. As long as you have the goal, guys, and you're striving and trying to work it out and finding a way towards that goal and doing your level best, you've never failed, guys. Okay, as long as you have that goal. There are many men that sit in the cycle of society, and it's like I talked about in my last video. Go and watch that video, guys. It did really well. Men resonated with that. They sit in the cycle of life without a goal. So it's limbo, guys. There's no awareness, there's no goal. We as men need a goal, guys. We need something to pursue. We need a challenge, even if that challenge is monetary, even that challenge is to work out how to do something, how to achieve something. We need that. So I always knew that marriage was my goal. So I came out of these relationships. They never lasted. And sometimes when you're on a journey, fellas, you think your journey towards your goal is never linear. You maybe get a temporary stopgap, and suddenly you're in a situation where it's totally diverted to you, and you're just kind of living that situation. Does that make sense? You're going through it at the time. You're like, this is not really for me, and then you fall into it. And this is what happened in these relationships, guys. I got into these relationships, and I just fell into it. I was living a kind of alternate life, shall you say, when I was in these relationships, but wasn't the Shiraz, the ambitious, goal-driven Shiraz. It was just a Shiraz that was living that white picket fence life at the time with the two individual females. Guys, this was the situation with both individual females. This is what happens when you don't have red pill knowledge. This is what happens, guys, when you don't understand relationships or understand yourself. You'll do things like that. And the time span was 12, 13 years. In a way, I can't say it's wasted, guys, because I've picked up so much experience. Anyway, we digress. I came out of these relationships, learned a lot from them, because the universe sometimes has to neutralize, it has to correct, guys, where you're going. And at times things look bad, but then it's always corrected. You're always back to where you are on your path, and this is where I am. And at the time you think it's bad, you think what's going on, and then a lot of men go through this, guys. This is where they find the red pill knowledge. This is how a lot of men discover the red pill, like channels like this, the manosphere, because they're trying to find answers, because women will never give you answers, guys. Women will never give you answers. You have to find answers yourself through red pill knowledge. That's why I've gained so much knowledge, guys, on the red pill. That's why I know more than all these guys that come out in channels, guys, and sprout to you dating advice and all that stuff, guys. They're not, half of these guys that are sprouting to you dating advice, guys, have never had a long-term relationship in their life. All right, certainly not two long-term relationships with so much experience. So just be careful you take relationship advice off of what videos you watch. I'm not trying to hate on other channels. Just be careful, guys. So anyway, so it was corrected. I came out of those relationships, got all this red pill knowledge, guys, and I went back on the single path. I've been on the single path for a long time, and it's the best move I ever made, guys. And the reason it's the best move I ever made was just from what you see now in modern day society. God, now that I look back, I just think, and I was talking to one of my siblings about this, one of my relatives, I've been to it quite often because I'm quite close to my relative, and I said, you know what, I'm so glad that I'm back to single life because the state, the reason being is the state of the dating market, guys. The state of society at the moment is crazy. Everybody seems to be crazy, guys, right? And females, guys, are just um, females are just guys at their worst, and this is my personal perspective, personal opinion. They're at their most promiscuous. They're at their most naive mindset that I've ever seen them. Never mind about the sexual revolution, guys, of the past. This is the new sexual revolution. Females just do not care at the moment, guys. I'm telling you. And you see, and you know, you can see a sign of the times of this, guys, because these mothers are walking around with their children, like the young female children, dressed in kind of knicker pants. I mean, for God's sake, the child is like maybe no more than 11, 12, even less, more younger than that. And somebody, I think one of the men's channels, I think it was Legion of Men, shout out to Legion of Men, quite a good channel. And they posted a perfect picture. I think it was one of the pop stars, and it says mother and daughter, right? And you see the mother promiscuous, dressed like some streetwalker guy, some lady of the night, and then you see the daughter dressed like some lady of the night. Daughter's 15 and the mother was about 40, 50, 60. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So this is a new generation of potential partners for men. I know it sounds funny, guys, but this is a new generation of women for potential partners for men, life partners for men that would be mothers. So you can see why it's such a risk for men to go into these relationships. Then you had the revolution of the online dating websites that came through. This again destroyed it because you had the lowest value women getting their pick and choice of swiping men. I mean, think about that, guys. You on a lot of these dating sites. I mean, I know this because my friend was constantly on it, guys. He was a Chad and he was banging all these chicks on it. He got some class ones, but then he didn't really have a standard, guys. He would bang, you know, the less nicer chicks on it. So I mean, it was a lot of these like overweight chicks, guys, that were demanding 6 figure guys and swiping past, you know, a half decent guy. It's hilarious, honestly, guys. So this is another risk that has occurred because of this online dating revolution, where these women have been given a delusional entitlement to pick and choose men, guys, when they're not in a position to do that. Their ideologies, the no lack of sexual morals, guys. This is the problem you've got. So if you were a man that's gone into a long-term relationship, or you've stuck dating one of these girls, even the average girl, guys, by her mid-20s has a high body count, you know, because they're not, nowadays the ideology is that, you know, sleeping around is all right, it's normal, hey, you go girl, and all that stuff, hey, girl power and all that. But I think, guys, this happened far longer, because when the Spice Girl came out, at the time you thought it was innocent, but when you gain awareness, you see all this, you can see how they were bringing the revolution, and hey, girls, Spice Girls, you know, all the songs were catered towards, hey, girl power and stuff, and they had all these other bands, so you can see the agenda. So then it's not entirely in its entirety women to blame, because they've been indoctrinated, this agenda has been put in them, and it's carried on through generation. And if their mothers are dressing the same way, the child's going to dress the same way, and they're not taking care of what the child's dress like. They don't care. The child's dressed quite sexually for that age. The child's going to end up being sexual at a very young age. You see where I'm coming from, fellas. And then that child will grow up just very, very sexually advanced at a young age, or having that mindset. Guys, I went to go and get a bag of chips for my mum, and it was a school hour, right? And all these schoolies sit at this chip shop, and in one of the areas that I go to is quite a well known chip shop, and they were having chips. There was a lot of guys there having chips, and I was just listening to the conversation because I want to see what the younger generation thinks like, because it's just quite fascinating to me how the younger generation are thinking. And the guys that were talking were just, the young generation of men were just brainless guys. It was very scary what they were talking like and eating their chips, and the chips are falling on them, and it was quite sad to see the conversation. And then I was getting money at the cash point, all these female schoolies guys, and these female schoolies were talking like adults and so sexually cantily dressed. So you can see where I'm coming from. So the men of today, this is the pick and choice of the women they will have to get into in a long-term relationship and start living a life with these type of females, or the females of this generation. It's very risky for men, guys, because the females with this type of ideology and this type of culture and the way they've been taught to think and act, these type of females, or the kind of generation of females that we're living amongst, they will be less inclined to have sexual morals. They will less inclined to have that loyalty to a man. And that you can see this is happening. You see so many of these women in TikTok getting caught for sleeping around. And guys, you just have to go into TikTok. I'll try and link some of these videos on, but you see some of these women getting caught. Some guys come back from army, and the women's banging the Chad in the room, and the guy's crying, "Why did you do this?" And so because of, as I aforementioned, of what the cultures made them become and what they think marriage is. Marriage nowadays is just a contract, which involves the state, and it's more of a contract of security for the female and a get-out clause, guys. This is all marriage stands for nowadays. It doesn't hold the righteous values. Did it ever hold the righteous values? I don't know, guys. I'm not a religious. I don't have enough religious know-how, fundamental information to say whether it's right or wrong. But I know the marriage constitution, the marriage morals and values way back was a lot more solid than it is now. Now it's just an involvement of the state and a protection for the women, and a get out clause. When she decides to go, she can take the man for everything. This is just what marriage is, guys. Marriage does not just signify love. Marriage is just a contract, a security contract for females. And a few females can argue out there and say, "Oh no, it's a security contract for men." Not really, because the man sets to lose the most, unless the female is heavily loaded like Taylor Swift. Then we're talking differently. But most females are not heavily loaded like Taylor Swift. Okay, that's a video for another time, by the way, guys. So now you can see my point of men that have went into these relationships, or went and taken the risk of marriage, or went into the risk of dating in these relationships, moved in with these women, guys. You can see how much of stupidity that is. Really, it is so much stupidity, considering what I've mentioned. Staying single was the best move I made. Getting out of these relationships was the best move I made. Yes, it happened, guys. Sorry about this lighting, guys. Yes, it happened by organic processes. It was just fate that I became single again. My relationships didn't work out, but these women did me a favor, guys. All right, because just when I think back and think of the thought of being in the relationship with these women now and living that life. There was at times, guys, I was saying, "What am I doing? Because this is not me. This is not who I am." And now the thought of it, of living that life with these women they're highly emotionally not stable, guys. Most of these women these days are not emotionally stable, guys. Guys, you have to wake up. Women have a very, very clever masking system. Women are more professionally manipulative than men. They build these social skills up at a very young age, a lot quicker than men. because that's the way their DNA is engineered. You know, this is how their hypergamous nature works. They're more better at bagging the higher value man, so they have to be more socially smarter than men in that way, and they develop these skills quicker, so they can mask and hide their personalities. This is why, guys, you make a woman wait. I think both of my relationships, guys, I made them wait ages, and the true side was revealed. That's a wee tip for you guys. Make them wait at least 5 years. I am not kidding you, man. Make them wait for at least 5 years before you even commit, and you'll see the real side of a woman. In fact, you'll see the real side of a woman if you make her wait even a year, guys. Only the beta male simps, the manginas, the idiotic men will be in a relationship with a woman for 5 to 6 months, and they start to get engaged at the 8th month and then marry her, because you're not seeing the real side of them. Guys, if you think I am bullshitting you, you go ahead and take that risk, alright? You go ahead and do it. Because I've been through this. I talk from experience. I talk from personal experience. I always strung out my relationships, guys. And at that time, I don't know if I was doing it deliberately. I think I was just doing it because I was unsure, is this the path? But because of stringing out those relationships, guys, the women's real side started to filter out. The anger, the emotional instability, the real side, the bad mouthing, all that stuff. So you have to make them wait, guys. When you agree to a relationship, or you agree to a marriage, or agree to do what they want, you give up your power in that relationship, because you control, and ultimately the agreement of marriage. You control the agreement, engagement, or whatever, the agreement of the status of boyfriend, girlfriend. So you've got to remember that. So getting out, so considering all this, and the wacky environment we're in, the wacky environment of modern day dating is cooked, guys. It's screwed. Women are just unemotionally stable. The state's involvement in marriages, the state's involvement even in cohabiting, guys. Never move in with a woman unless you're getting married, guys. Even cohabiting has legal rules, so don't be idiotic in that way. If you want advice on that, guys, DM me. Never move a woman in. I will never cohabit with a woman again, guys. Certainly being single, I'll never cohabit with a woman again. I'll never have a woman in my flat, you know. And if you are dating, guys, I would suggest you stay in your own places. That was maybe a video for another time, and I'll tell you why. Have your own places, guys. And that is a clever way to date. Never move a woman in, guys. Once you move a woman in, you give up your power. Okay? And that's a video for another time. I'll explain why you give up your power if you move a woman in, guys. There's a lot more to this. I can't get in this video, so it's 18 minutes now, guys. So staying single was the best move I made, guys. And I got back, penultimate conclusion to stories, I got back to the normal ways I am, guys. Look, a wee bit older, yeah, certainly. But guys, listen, it's better late than never. It's better late than never if you find yourself in this situation as well, you know. And I'm just a complete version of myself now, I think, seeing all that. So sometimes you need to get burned as a man, and you need to get burned, guys. And it's not a case of you be bitter about it. Being burned is a good thing, guys, because you learn. You do not learn by living an airy-fairy life and not experiencing life, guys. You never learn that way. As I said, I did a video on you'll see the true strength of a man, and his hardest time is not his easiest. So if you want to check that video, I'll try and link that video for you guys. It's a very good video. Watch it. Single status, guys. It was I just got out in time. It was the right move I ever made. It was to be single. I'll continue to be single, guys. Continue to just live the best life I can, you know, single, and just navigate the way I'm navigating, guys. And so, guys, I'm going to leave it here, guys. We've babbled on for about 19 minutes, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed a bit of the backstory, guys. Remember to support the channel with this new thing YouTube are doing, which is can't even remember the name of it now, guys. I said it at the start. Oh dear, I can't remember the name of it. It's late here, guys. I I can't remember the name of it, guys. I said it at the start of the video, so remember to support that, guys. Guys, we are growing in subscribers. Men are resonating. So let's get this to 1,000 subscribers, guys. That is the goal. Get it to 1,000 subscribers, guys. I have a lot more bigger plans with this content, guys. And we need your help. And we need these videos out to empower men and bring men back. Alright, guys, one thing, I'm going to leave it here, guys. 20 minutes into this video. Till the next one, Shiraz out. See you soon.